Canucks Last week, where I try to cover everything Canucks hockey in 3 minutes or less. And in typical Vancouver Canucks fashion, after beating one of the best teams in the league 3-0, giving the fans false hope, they go on and lose the next 3 of their 4 games. And let's be honest here, it's not like this outcome was unexpected. The Boston game, the Canucks were right there with the Bruins. The Horvat, Hansen, Burrows line had an amazing game, and Horvat was on the ice for all 3 Canucks goals. But of course there was that whole David Pastrnak factor. 25 goal scorer David Pastrnak. 25th overall pick David Pastrnak. 18 picks after Jake Virtanen. The next selection after Jared McCann. I don't think the Canucks can ever have nice things. Ever again. And I know the draft is a crapshoot and you're gambling when you're picking these players, but we had 2 picks ahead of the Bruins, and all we have to show for that is Erik Goodbranson and a guy playing in the AHL who has 10 points in 30-something games. Goal scoring is a huge issue for this team, and it just drives me crazy that Ehlers, Nylander, Pastrnak, players like that could have been a Canuck, and no, we have Jake Virtanen and Erik Goodbranson. And then of course this just puts more pressure on Brock Boeser to be the elite scorer that we think he is. Okay, moving on to the Buffalo game. A game the Canucks actually won this week. Horvat had another amazing game, scoring a goal and an assist, and Michael Chaput had 2 goals. Not a lot to nitpick about here. Good game, but it is against a Buffalo Sabres team that isn't that strong. And then unfortunately in the dying seconds of that game, Bo Horvat would go down to block a shot, would end up bruising his foot, and would not be able to play in the Pittsburgh Penguins game. And of course we all know what happened in that Pittsburgh game. We put up a big donut. Malkin's just walking in, having a stroll, just dangles 5-6 times, Spiza does a drive-by, passes it right off to Phil Kessel, and it's a goal. Easy by Malkin. Not fair. Crosby's also having the time of his life on the ice, just dancing around, la la la, yeah, I'm just gonna pop my 999th point. But you know what? I won't do 1,000 points tonight because I'm feeling generous. That's the kind of night it was. And now we have the St. Louis game where the Canucks drop it 4-3. Markstrom didn't have the best game he could have. I thought the Canucks played pretty well, a pretty good road game for the end of the trip. They're tired, they don't have the freshest legs. I thought they gave it their all, and it's just unfortunate that they couldn't come out with at least a point. So let's talk about a couple things here, and I want to start with how crucial Bo Horvat is to this team. Bo scored in each game he suited up for and had a total of 5 points. In the game where he was injured, you could tell. And yes, Brandon Sutter wasn't in that game either, but the Canucks were lacking offense big time. The next thing I want to talk about is not only goaltending, but just overall team defense. In the 3 losses the Canucks had, they surrendered 4 goals each. And the last thing I want to mention is that in the Canucks' lone win this week, they got some depth scoring from unlikely places like Michael Chaput. So what am I trying to say here? Well, I'm trying to say that if the Canucks want to win games, a lot of stuff has to go right for them, which is my biggest problem with this team right now, and why I don't believe they're a playoff team. Let's go over what the Canucks need to do in order to win. 1, they have to be healthy. They can't be missing Brandon Sutter, Bo Horvat, any of their centers, because there's not a lot of center depth on this team. Number 2, their goaltending has to be stellar every night, which is a lot to ask of Ryan Miller and Jacob Markstrom, who, in my opinion, have had decent seasons. Number 3, Bo Horvat, a 21-year-old, has to be on the top of his game. And number 4, the Canucks need to find depth scoring consistently, which, with the bottom 6 that the Canucks have, I don't think so. And so what I'm trying to say here is that for the Canucks to actually be a playoff caliber team, they have to have a lot of things go their way, and that just doesn't happen. They say you need to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good, and well, the Canucks are neither. They are neither lucky nor they are good. Which leads me to my final topic of the day. Jim Benning, please move Jannik Hansen and Alex Burrows. I want some draft picks. Jannik Hansen is an extremely valuable player for any contending team in the playoffs. Plus he's had a great contract, like $2 million something, and he has another year on his contract, so he won't be a UFA after this year. So much value there, please take advantage of this. Burrows is a proven playoff guy. He is the Dragon Slayer, he can kill penalties, he is gritty. I'd love to have him on my team. He's got to be worth at least a 3rd round pick. I'll take it. Please, Jim Benning, don't be like last year where you just sat on Dan Hamhuis up until the deadline and did nothing with it. Oh, one final thing before I go. There was an interview with Ken Hitchcock who said he would love to coach a Western Canadian hockey team, and that sounds pretty awesome. If he's being serious and he doesn't plan on retiring after this year, I really hope the Canucks really give some thought into this. But hey, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. It helps me know if I'm doing stuff right or wrong. And I'd love to hear comments on what I talked about down in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next week.